The Steet Pawnee Auto Group in Herkimer and Yorkville and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. Today's show is dedicated to the memory of longtime teacher and well-known musician Al Nathan.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Today we are traveling all over, and because it is getting green outside, we thought it would be appropriate to go to some greenhouses. So stay tuned.
Let me introduce my rocket Yes, it's great, just won't wait. Everybody looking for my rocket 88. Moving on out, boosting and cruising along. Well, that's for my rocket, baby, don't be late. We're pulling out about a quarter past.
Today at 2 o'clock, you can experience the art of Ukrainian egg dyeing. Mary Kuchera discusses the symbolism and significance of Ukrainian Easter eggs at the New Hartford Public Library on Oxford Road today at 2 o'clock. Today we stop by Uptown Automotive Hobby Shop in South Utica to talk with owner Jim Amodio about a brand new event happening this morning. A couple of members of the local model club have put together the first annual Spring Thaw Model Show going on today.
There'll be plastic kits to put together, old and new. There'll be vendors selling these things. There'll be die-cast cars. The most interesting thing for us, of course, who build these things, is a contest, and that will be a judge contest with different classes, and people can bring the models they've built and compete against others who have done the same thing. But interested people who haven't built in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, people who still build, I think they'll get a kick out of walking around and seeing the kits they did years ago and didn't know still existed, or seeing new things, and maybe get some kids interested and get them off the, if I dare say this, the electronics and into doing something different with their hands. And there's a lot of guys who do custom building. They'll make things that the model companies don't make. You bring photographs and they'll make models of people's vehicles. And the four gentlemen putting the show on are basically truck modelers themselves, and they do some fantastic and phenomenal things, and you need to go to the show and see. There's going to be a lot of vendors there, as I said. There's going to be two who specialize in the truck parts and the truck kits, and they make things in resin that do not exist in mass-produced kits. There's people selling parts. There's people selling, as I said, new kits, old kits. It'd just be a fun time for people who used to enjoy this hobby or might enjoy it or still do.
Come down to the first annual Spring Thaw Model Show today from 9 to 3. See model cars, trucks, and vehicles with awards, door prizes, and vendors. Judging starts at 1 p.m. at the Spring Thaw Model Show today at the American Legion Post 229 at 409 Herkimer Road in Utica. Special thanks to our sponsor, Steet Pawnee Ford Lincoln Mazda in Yorkville, where we meet some of the guys. Tony shows us a sharp, showroom new, top-of-the-line Lincoln. And Joel gives us a tour of the features of a surprisingly affordable and energy-efficient new Mazda. Pick up your copy of the April issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine at your closest Stewart shop and our advertisers. Find a complete list of pickup locations on our website. And by request, a limited number of extra copies of back issues have been printed and will be made available at the Artisans Corner in Clinton, Brenda's Natural Foods in Rome, and the shops at 25 West in Little Falls.
We're pulling out about a quarter past 8. Just around the corner, baby, take a nip. Everybody in Mark are gonna take a little bit. Moving on out, boozing and cruising along. Oh, here we go.
The Steet Pawnee Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Pawnee Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Pawnee Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Pawnee Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Pawnee. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Experience winter air before it's gone. Over 100 works by national and international artists through April 27th, capturing that intangible energy of a cold winter's day. On display at View in Old Forge. Winter hours Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 4.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
Discover affordable original works of art by dozens of talented local artists at the Artisan's Corner. Find paintings and prints, glass and pottery, designer knitwear and painted silk, jewelry, candles, soaps, and more. All local and all at the Artisan's Corner in Clinton. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort. Shop NJ Flehan for professional quality espresso machines, KitchenAid appliances and attachments, barware, glassware, and bakeware. Whether you are outfitting a restaurant or your own gourmet kitchen, NJ Flehan has the equipment and experience. Open Monday through Saturday at 703 Bleecker Street in Utica. The Fenimore Art Museum is open for the season with 6 new exhibits, including The Adirondack World of Arthur Fitzwilliam Tate. His iconic paintings helped create and perpetuate the vision of the Adirondack wilderness as a sportsman's paradise. See many examples of his original works that were subsequently mass-produced. This special exhibit has been organized by the Adirondack Museum and is on display at the Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown.
I'm gonna watch the sunset in the desert. Be the prettiest sight to live.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. In Marcy, we visit River Road Farm and Greenhouses. Karen and Jan Berency, with help from their employees and professional head grower Leif Wilson, grow and care for hundreds of thousands of plants.
Oh, we probably more than tripled our sales in about 8 years and changed some of our customer base, and people seem to be really liking it. We give good service and people like it. We have great people, and my wife is included, and Leaf. Oh, we have about 65,000 square feet, and then we also do maybe 3 acres outside with mums and some other stuff outside, and we do between the baskets and the 4-inch and the flats, we do probably a couple 100,000 plants. We do a lot of hanging baskets, a lot of vegetables in the spring. And then we do a lot of geraniums, that seems to be a local product. And then we also do Easter product, like the hydrangeas here. We do lilies. We have some really good people, including Leaf, that has a degree in it, that we give really good advice when people come. And some of our bigger competition around here, where the people always change, you don't really get that. And people seem to like it a lot. They come back just because of that.
River Road Farm and Greenhouses is open daily at 8 a.m., located at 9182 River Road in Marcy. Online at riverroadgreenhouses.com. We head over to Red Hill Road to another greenhouse that is opening soon for the season. The Mum Farm is owned by Cornell School of Agriculture grad Shelley Corey and her husband Carlton. They are known for their one-of-a-kind container gardens and unique hanging baskets.
Shelley designs these window boxes for area businesses. This one is going to the Time for Me Day Spa in Clinton, and it has a beautiful collection of my mother's favorite flowers, pansies.
The Mum Farm opens April 15th and is open daily 9 to 6 at 9011 Red Hill Road in New Hartford. Online at mumfarm.com. For lunch, we head to Kirkland to The Kettle. The restaurant is owned by longtime restaurateur Bill Demma, who many people remember for Woody's Wings and Things on Seneca Street back in the 80s. We head inside and are greeted by Chef Mike and Bill himself.
We are here at The Kettle, where we started out with good old Italian tomato pie. Then I had one of my very favorites. As a matter of fact, the only place in the entire country that I enjoy them is in New York City. Well, they have lamb chops here that are as good, if not better, than those in New York City. Be sure to come here. It's Lent, so you can come here for their seafood, and you can still enjoy their good old-fashioned East Utica pasta.
My family, my mother, she helped me when I opened this to put in some of her recipes. We do brujol the way she used to make it. We still do it. We make the lasagna the way she used to make it, all homemade, eggplant. And she helped me here, but I always liked cooking. I always did. And a few friends of ours will go to New York and steal a few recipes and bring them back, a couple every year. It's done me good. The recipes that I have, the food that I have, and the full-fledged restaurant did the community good. I still stick with the Italian food. I take pride in home-cooked sauce every day. I don't have, I make it fresh. We saute all our dishes, our veal, chicken, everything is sauteed, chicken, riggies. That's how we do it.
The Kettle is open for dinner 7 days a week starting at 3 p.m. and serving lunch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. After lunch, we head next door to visit Ironwood Furniture. Over 10 years ago, Matt and Kristen Searson were making furniture in their garage. In 2002, they moved into this location in Kirkland with a large showroom featuring mostly Amish-made furniture.
Between my wife and I, we both have been in this kind of work for a long time. And she knows the wood, she knows everything about the finishes mostly. So she can tell when a piece is worth buying or not, and we try to stick with solid oak or maple or cherry. Basically quality, when you pull open a drawer, you want to see dovetail. When you look at the finishes, you want to see a nice smooth finish. Try to get it, well, that's what my wife does. She does mostly the finishing part. I just look at the quality and how it's built. If it's not built the way I used to build it, then I don't like it.
Ironwood Furniture is open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 at 7686 Route 5 in Kirkland and online at ironwoodcny.com. Of course, we couldn't leave without getting a tour of the old cemetery located behind the shop. Once known as Manchester, the hamlet of Kirkland had an iron mill and blast furnace. Some of Kirkland's and Clark Mill's earliest settlers, like the Thompsons, Stockwells, and Bennetts, are buried here on the banks of the Oriskany Creek. When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. Whether you're looking to sell or buy your first home, retirement property, farm, or lake house, call River Hills Properties. Agents look forward to meeting with you to present a personalized plan. River Hills Properties, bringing you home. Call 896-1009. The Fenimore Art Museum is open for the season with 6 new exhibits, including A Moment Past. L.F. Tantillo paints New York history. Tantillo's work brings the past to life through his remarkable historically accurate paintings. His paintings celebrate maritime themes, focusing on little-known subject matter depicting the early history of New York State. His work is widely collected and appears in exhibits all over the world, including Cooperstown at the Fenimore Art Museum, open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 4. Now you can take out hot specials for lunch and dinner at Maria's Pasta Shop, and on Sundays, fried dough, fried meatballs, and fresh-baked rolls. Maria's Pasta Shop, Oneida Street, Utica. Visit Brenda's Natural Foods in their brand new, bigger location, right down the street at 236 West Dominic Street in Rome. Brenda's Natural Foods, something good and a lot of it. Spring color is peeking through at the Village Crossing. It's a great time for sales on winter clearance items, making way for new spring fashions arriving daily at the Village Crossing in Clinton.
Hi, welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. We have 2 full floors with 50 vendors of interesting and unique products ranging from specialized to very eclectic, primitive to the not so primitive. Remember, shop local, we're worth the trip.
Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Watch Mohawk Valley Living every Sunday and pick up our free monthly magazine. Inside are stories by local writers, area guides, things to do, and more. Find out today why people are calling it their favorite magazine. Mohawk Valley Living. See what's in it for you. The village of Munnsville is the youngest in Madison County, being incorporated less than 100 years ago in 1915. Although there are less than 500 residents in the village today, they still have their own post office. The Village Museum is housed in the former post office built in 1886 by George R. Fryer, the community's first postmaster. We are welcomed to the Fryer Memorial Museum by town historian David Sadler, who tells us that Fryer's son was also postmaster. The museum houses local artifacts, including tools from the Munnsville Plow Company. David gives us a personal walking tour of the village, named for its first merchant who set up shop here in 1817.
Yep, Asa Munn founded the village of Munnsville. He had a little store on the northwest corner of what is now Route 46 and Peterborough Road, and it was a little, a few factories and mostly farms in the area. Copeland House, it's called the Copeland House. It's up on the left-hand side here, about 8 houses north of the store, and that was originally, after it was built, it was an integrated school in the 1850s prior to the Civil War.
So that's kind of unusual.
That's unusual for this area, yes. Especially something prior to the Civil War.
Did you know that award-winning poet Hayden Carruth called Munnsville home? This critically acclaimed poet wrote more than 30 books of poetry and was a faculty member of Syracuse University's creative writing program. He settled in Munnsville, where he spent his retirement until he died in 2008 at age 87.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
When you visit Munnsville during Gravity Fest or any other occasion, visit Between Us Sisters, a primitive shop brimming with new and old purposeful clutter and handmaids. You'll find handmade dolls, birdhouses, cabinets, candles, and seasonal wares. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5 in downtown Munnsville.
Way down south you can go.
There has been a store on the same corner in Munnsville since 1817, when Asa Munn set up shop here. Today, the Stockbridge Valley Foods convenience store and diner is the local gathering place, bustling with activity. You don't ever have to leave town because they have it all here, from a small deli with fresh-cut meats and steaks to a dining area. Owner Tom Richmond has been welcoming his neighbors and area travelers for over 27 years, serving up their famous subs, wings, pizzas, and daily specials. Stop by Stockbridge Valley Foods, open 7 days a week till 9 p.m. Sunday is all-you-can-eat pancakes for $3.99, or enjoy an eggs, potato, and toast breakfast for $3.99. Located at the Four Corners in downtown Munnsville.
Need any money from me? Baby, can't you see no matter where you go, you never find another friend like me. Anytime you are alone and blue, please hurry home, won't you? I'll be waiting for you.
We head south of the village and stop for some soft serve at Hunter's Hut. We take our treat on the road to explore the surrounding countryside.
Said if you love me, baby, like I love you, put your arms around me, won't you?
Stockbridge Falls Road takes us over the postcard-perfect Stockbridge Falls. This spectacular waterfalls seems like it was almost laid out by design to impress passers-by.
You can go way up north, you can go.
Munnsville's Gravity Fest celebrates what goes down, but Munnsville is also home to what goes up. Airborne Adventures is the high-flying passion of licensed commercial balloon pilot Dwight Kramer. He enjoys introducing passengers to the thrilling world of balloon flight. Launching from a field in Munnsville, Dwight enjoys sharing the experience of sweeping views of the beautiful Stockbridge Valley.
It started with a hot air balloon, or an opportunity to take a hot air balloon ride on a very early morning back in 1992. And it was at a local balloon festival out in Wampsville. And from that very first flight, I knew I was hooked. It was something I've always enjoyed, being in the highest place I could possibly be. So anything for a view. And when I got up there in a balloon, I realized how quiet it was. You could take in all the sounds, and just you had lots of time to look at the scenery, and it was really cool. I said, I gotta learn how to do this. It's just an unusual experience. It's not every day that you can float over the countryside. You can be a mile high and still hear the roosters crowing in the morning and the dogs barking, and you can be talking to people as you're floating over. You can be seeing, just floating over the corn tassels, touching the tassels, and then going up, sometimes a night like tonight, we might be able to go actually above the clouds. And it's just a really unusual experience. You're actually in essentially an open cockpit, so it's not like a plane where you've got all that noise and you're inside of a glass bubble. You're out in the atmosphere, so you really get to experience it 100%. Munnsville is really it's a great place to fly a balloon. Number one, we can fly from this site for over an hour in any direction. We have lots of landing sites. We also have these deep valleys which add interest in the morning. We have the drainage wind which comes down and gives us a flow to the north in the morning. So even if the wind is extremely calm, in the valley we still have a breeze that gives us some distance, so we can get down the valley. We'll rise back up, and if we go up over these hills, it's a 1,000-foot climb. There's a lot of, I guess you could call it kind of a dynamic topography around here. We've got the hills and the valleys, and that really makes it fun to fly a balloon. There's winds going in all different directions at different altitudes, so we can kind of chart our course to where we want to go.
If you would like to fly up, and away in a beautiful balloon, contact Airborne Adventures. Call 761-8201 or visit flyairborne.com. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit yannickexcavating.com.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospital on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley Living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Hello, Mrs. Cole. Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment, and you're only available on weekends. Sure, I have an available appointment with Dr. Karen Sunday at 2 p.m. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Mealan's Meat Market is your meat headquarters, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and store-made kielbasa. Every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Mealan himself. You'll find everything from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh at Mealan's Meat Market in Clark Mills. That special art, photograph, or memorabilia deserves a special frame. Oscars creates one-of-a-kind gold and silver leaf mirrors and frames. Oscars Picture Framing, 12 Kellogg Road, New Hartford. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Shop Shelter for handmade Adirondack furniture designed by craftsman Jim Kiefer. He works with you to create custom pieces to your specifications, from dining room and coffee tables to bookcases, beds, and bunks. Call or visit Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Watch Mohawk Valley Living every Sunday on Fox 33 and UTR. And pick up the free Mohawk Valley Living magazine the first of each month. Available at many locations like these throughout the Mohawk Valley and at your closest Stewart shops. The historic Woods Inn overlooking Fourth Lake and Inlet presents Adirondack Journal.
Good morning, I'm Gary Van Riper. Welcome to Adirondack Journal. I'm on Crosby Boulevard, just off Main Street here in Old Forge, and standing in what used to be the Old Forge Firehouse. Today it's home to Nathan's Adirondack Bakery. I'd like you to meet Al this morning when he's not teaching music to students in Utica or making music with his band Blue Streak. He's here at the bakery making donuts and bagels.
Well, I moved out of Utica in '67 to the Boston area, and I went to college. I went to Berklee College of Music and got a degree in music education. And then I worked at Berklee, and I got hired into the Utica School District, and I've been there ever since. Started it in 1973. I came back to this area because you can't find a nicer area to be anywhere, and I've been a lot of places. Yeah, in the winter, I'm open on the weekends. We open early in the morning. I got a lot of local people, a lot of local business. And then I close about midday. The people who are usually up here snowmobiling are nowhere to be seen. They're out on the trails, so that's about it on the weekends. And then during the school vacations, I try to be here as much as I can, but then again, I get drawn to this Macaulay Mountain for skiing. So sometimes I'm able to take the open sign down and go skiing for the afternoon.
Now I noticed that your bagels don't have holes in the middle. What's up with that?
Well, they start off with holes when I form them, and they're all handmade bagels. And when I boil them, they puff up. And then when I bake them, it brings it closer together so the hole actually fills in. So you're getting a whole bagel. No air. But the bagels, people love the bagels. We call them the Adirondack bagels. Only available here at Nathan's Bakery.
Al told me his favorite thing to make are bagels. Coincidentally, that happens to be my favorite thing to eat. So I'm going to start my morning the way you can start yours if you stop here at Nathan's. I'm going to start with an authentic Adirondack bagel.
Got a